Welcome to our new home. Temporary home, that is.
We just got to our 29th country of Ireland, and for the next 7 days, we are taking this blue machine all across the wild Atlantic way.
We are checking out the Cliffs of Moher, the Ring of Kerry, Ennis, Galway, and so many other places. But before we get to all those fun destinations, let's check out this new ride. We rented this particular van from Camp Cruise Motorhome here in Ireland, and it is a 3-berth van, which means it can sleep 3 people perfectly, and it even has enough for 3 people up front. You don't really see this much in America, this whole 3-seater up front thing. And it's actually really nice when we're riding in it, but then we found out that if we forget something in the back, it actually is kind of a hassle, because in our van, we can just easily sneak back there. And I can't tell you the amount of times we've been in this car for 10 hours and we've wanted to get to the back and we've had to actually stop the vehicle, get out, and get back in. So, as you walk in, you enter the kitchen. Pretty self-explanatory, 2-burner gas range with a nice faucet. Great water pressure. And then down here are just 2 little cabinets for storage. Over here is more of the kitchen space. Our fridge down here, which is actually a awesome size. We already went food shopping and it looks like we have absolutely nothing. That's how big it is. In here is a little closet where we're storing all of our things. He said it was for clothes, but clearly we're not using it for that. This is a bathroom. Door sticks a little. You wanna come in? Welcome to our spa. This is much bigger than our bathroom, and it actually has a toilet that stays in here 24/7, and it has a little flush gadget, which is super nice. For anyone who has a composting toilet like ours, you know that you can't flush it, so that's a nice little feature. We have a nice little sink, which then turns into a shower. And yeah, it's a nice use of space. Moving right along, we will get to the bedroom dining area. Let me just lock the bathroom door. Welcome to our dining space. That's pretty much just how it looks. It's a dining space. This couch, though, is super luxurious. I can fit my whole booty on here, all the way to the knee. Very comfortable. A+ for roomy couches. Over there is the second portion of the couch. This area does come up and it folds up, so this can be a usable space too, in case you have 4 adults and not 4 small children who could probably sit like this in here. But since we only have 2 of us, we are just going to use it for our luggage. It's a perfect spot, actually. Up, out of the way. Don't have to worry about it. And then you can clip up this little gate and you don't have to see it. Back here, there is also multiple bins for upper storage, for clothes or anything that you bring along on your trip. It also has a super nice, super easy to use moonroof, sunroof, whatever you want to call it. Great feature. I mean, how easy is that? All van things should be that simple. Also on both sides of the bed are these handy dandy windows, which are super easy to open. And they come with shades if you want the breeze, or if you want a little privacy, a shade. I meant a screen before. You can't decide? Use both. Lastly, this area also works as the bed, so you just pull off the table, store it right back there, pull this off, store it right in here, voila. And then you just pull this part off and add these, but we'll show you that later.
In terms of electrical, this is very similar to our RV that we rented in Norway. So if you saw the Norway series, then you know exactly what we're talking about, even though the size of this camper is a little bit smaller, but it's not as small as the camper van that we rented in Iceland, which was so small that I couldn't even stand up fully. So this is like the best of both worlds, and it has enough power to keep us going while we're on the Wild Atlantic Way this week, which is pretty rural and there's not much facilities in terms of campsites and stuff. Actually, there might be, but we plan on wild camping a lot. But we are able to check the batteries of the car, the batteries of the house, the RV, and then our water levels, and then we can command our lights, turn on our water pump, and then we have USBs, 2 USB ports in the van itself, as well as 220 volts, because we're in Europe, so they use 220 instead of 110 like we do. And they have outlets on the wall right next to the sliding door and then in the back there. The only bummer with the 220 volts is that you need to be connected to shore power because there's no inverter on board. So that is something to keep in mind if you plan on renting something from here. In terms of charging the batteries, this van uses the alternator charge. There's no solar. They might be getting it, but at the moment they don't have it. So you want to make sure you drive at least once a day. A really nice thing about this van compared to the RV that we had in Norway is we could actually heat our water without being connected to shore power. And this also has a gas heater to heat the space inside here. Even though it's August right now here in Ireland, tonight it's getting down to 47 degrees, so we might actually have to turn this bad boy on. Also, if you're planning on renting a camper van in Ireland, don't forget that they drive on the left side of the road. And a lot of folks here drive stick shift, so this van is actually manual and on the left side of the road. So 2 things that are relatively new to me. So it is a big change, but luckily we have a nice LED screen here that connects to CarPlay, so the GPS is all there, so I don't need to hold my phone and figure out where we're going, which is really, really nice. But it is a bit of an adjustment, and work on your stick shift if you're coming here to Ireland, because I feel like it's pretty common. On the exterior of the van, we have our shore power outlet, which is self-explanatory. Next, we have our exhaust for the propane. So if the propane's running, don't stand right here, it might be a little hot. We have our water intake. I think we have 100 liters of fresh water, which is really, really nice. And apparently it's pretty easy to find water in Ireland, like gas stations or petrol. And then campgrounds, obviously, I think like public piers and stuff too, which is gonna be really nice when we need it. And then this is the cassette toilet for the black water toilet, bodily waste, which is really easy to do. You just take this thing out and then go dispose it wherever you need to. So super easy cleanup. I like it. Oh yeah, these things, if you're wondering, these are vents for the fridge, which actually it's quite warm, so it makes sense that they do this. It's a smart idea. But this is our home in Ireland. We're gonna be taking this thing all over the Wild Atlantic Way. We are starting in Cork, making our way up. We don't really know where we're gonna end up because it depends on how fast we drive. But we might be doing daily vlogs. So if you want to see more of Ireland, then you should join us for the experience. And stay tuned, because we're not going to stop until our feet drop.
Come on, keep going.
Let's go get some corn by the crops.
As much as we would love to stay and chat, it is time for dinner and Ted Lasso.
And by dinner we mean Frosted Flakes, because that's
We're
what
lazy,
we do.
and we just got in today, and we're a little jet lagged. So, you know, you do what you gotta do, right?
We're starting in Cork for the first vlog, though.
Yeah. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Adios.